Shalom, shalom, this here from GMS Savannah. Come with another lesson. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rikakradash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the elder bishop, great millstone, which rule well and teach well, and to your Arkham, as well as the Philly, pushing this 100% out of the Bible in sincerity while risking their life and freedom to do so. And salutation to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as you speckled birds scattered amongst the heathens that have the appearance of the heathens. But your father's seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It also refers to as Israelite foreigners. But today's lesson, we're going back into how everything is shutting down in Babylon, man. You know, the Lord is visiting this place, man. And you can see right here with Tyson Foods, man. You know, everything is shutting down here in Babylon. And right here it just shows it's getting worse, and it's going to continue to get worse here in Babylon. It's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse. You know, that's why, you know, while it's still at hand to repent and come back and come under that hedge of protection of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is why it's so important in these latter days, because, you know, like I say, a lot of these prophecies are jumping off the charts. And you know, Esau time is about up. So, you know, this believing everything here in Babylon is actually becoming non-existent. But right here in this article, it says Tyson Foods closes another factory and fires everyone, and more could follow. You know, these loss of jobs in these companies, man. You know, it shows right. It says right here the U.S. Meat packing industry is in a crisis, no doubt about that. With the factories closing, sweeping the U.S. and thousands of layoffs, detaining the already fragile economy. It's clear that these losses are limited to anyone meat packer. It's impacting all of them, from Tyson Foods to Purdue to Butterball. And unfortunately, Tyson recently closed yet another factory, this time in Emporia, Kansas, at the cost of 800 local jobs. 800 jobs deleted. You know, no longer exists. 800 jobs. At least it's happening in phases, so not everyone hit the local job market at the same time. But given Emporia's total population of 24,800, lost jobs is a major impact, no matter the timeline. These closures are happening against the backdrop of slowing economy and declining demands for the U.S. exports in the wake of the trade war. And it says, but deeper issues have been going on for years. Most specifically, decline for meat has been declining as more Americans turn to alternative options. And with the combination of stubborn inflations and labor shortages, both which have been ongoing problems since the pandemic. Everything has combined to create something of a perfect storm for Tyson Foods and its competitors. Unfortunately, this is ongoing and worsening situation signals that more losses could become, especially if the economy slips farther and enters a recession. Please join us in wishing of all these newly unemployed folks well. It's a tough job market out there. Leave a supportive comment of these comment of them on this article and share this story widely. But like I tell you, man, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is visiting this place, man. You know, these storehouses are closing down, and you can't be in ease in Babylon right now. Everybody is losing their jobs. This is some really scary times we're in. But if you don't have that hedge of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you're gonna bug out. You're gonna bug out. You're gonna become cardinal, and we see it all over social media, man. People are losing their wick and all these government assistance. And man, these especially females, man, they are just definitely going off the Richter scale. They stealing. Definitely in survival mode. They trying to do it on do it themselves. And that's not having a man. When the pressure's put on, these females here in Babylon, they lose it, man. They zaddy them turn their back on. And so, a lot of madness is coming out here in Babylon. You can see it all over social media. You know, and these jobs are definitely having people bug out because a lot of these people, as we know, be in ease in Babylon and just thinking they have a job. Moving forward, they're gonna be on the job 20 and 30 years, but hey, in 2025, that's non-existence. We're in a different time now. A very different time. Because like I say, everything is collapsing here in Babylon. The Lord's coming to judge this place, man. And everything is circling the drain. And I'm going to start right here with 2nd Ezra 6:22, and it says that suddenly shall the sold places appear unsold. The storehouse, the full storehouses shall suddenly become empty. And like I say, this famine, man, this famine is right around the corner. Famine of the word is around the corner. And like I say, man, they shutting everything down because, you got to go and get the digital ID and stuff. And like I say, you're going to have to get in order and get in line because everything is going to get shut down. They going to try to have everybody get on board with this digital. And what's next after that with the seal. Everything is a calibrated move, calculated move, And like I say, it's to get control, total control of the people, man. So, the times are getting very, very serious and scary. But, like I say, you have to, if you're not under the hedge of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you're going to bug out, man. And like I say, we try to warn our people on the highways and hedges of things to come here in Babylon, but, our people just, walk past us don't, try to hear what we have to say, man. They carry on as nothing is going on out here in Babylon. So, they're going to be the first ones bug out and lose it out here, man. Because they're at ease here in Babylon. Isaiah 19:15, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or the tail or branch or rust may do. And that's going to be the thing about it. It's not going to be any jobs out here. Everything is closing down. This war is circling the drain, man. People are leaving here and going to other countries, man. And, they leaving, everybody to be subject to nothing here in Babylon, man. Because it has ran its course here, man. People have made their money and they're getting the hell out of here, man. All the businesses are leaving here, man. And so the people go mourn, man. And so, we seeing what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's mainly because, the earth was given into the hands of Job 9:24. The earth was given in the hands of the wicked. He covered the face of the judges. Therefore, if not, where and who is he? And then, like I say, these wicked, devils, sleazy Eve, man, running the world, man. They don't care nothing about you, man. You know, this place is just ran off wickedness, man, and all kind of enchantments, man. And so all of the enchantment and everything is wearing off in Babylon, man. So this place is time is about up, man. And like I say, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is visiting this place, man. And we can see it every day. You know, the government shut down. You know, it's just a lot of stuff that's going on, man. And hey, this place is getting choked out, man. You know, and people bugging out, and you know, all kind of stuff that's going on, wickedness, you know, all over Babylon, and we can see that every day in the news, in the media. You know, this place is getting out of hand and getting real crazy. You know, people are losing their mind. You know, and you know, and right here, you know, Micah 2:10. You know, we can always pull that. You know, rise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it's polluting and it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. And like I say, this is not our rest, man. You know, this is not our rest here in Babylon, man. The wicked rule and the people shall mourn, man. You know, but like I say, this is all part of prophecies, man. This got to happen here in Babylon, man. This place is coming to the end, man. You know, just everything is shutting down, man. And it's time for them to implement total control, man. You know, Sleazy has to hurry up and do their work on the left hand side, man, to fulfill these prophecies. So we seeing as things are moving very quickly here in Babylon. You know, it's only a few prophecies left. And like I say, Jacob's trouble around the corner. You know, famine of the word, the famine. You know, and everything. The storehouse is gonna be empty. And like I say, you know, a lot of people are gonna have to, you know, commit either one way or another in order to stay a part of society here. You know, like that guy say, you know, you own nothing to be happy. You know, so hey, everything is moving, you know, in these prophecies right on the money, just like we prophesy all the time, you know, in our lessons, highways and hedges, you know. But, you know, our people still continue to walk past us, though. But we'll see once the squeeze really come, you know, on you 2/3. I can't wait, man, to see how much more y'all bug out here in all these social media platforms. It's beautiful to see how they bugging out, you know, and Sleazy, they bugging out, you know. And so it's just beautiful to see a lot of this going on. And it's going to continue to get worse, you know, because like I say, the time is speeding up. But hey, like I say, it's very important that you have that hedge of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, like I say, the famine of the word is coming. Sooner or later, you know, hey, you're gonna be looking for us on the highways and hedges, because we've been trying to warn everybody. You know, you 2/3 Israelites, and you know, some of y'all back in y'all lot. We know y'all not gonna get it, but you know that 1/3, you know, you just still continue to believe in the hope for elect. You know, but like I say, pretty much everybody's back in their lot here at the end. You know, so hey, you just see where everybody's at. You know, if people are still scoffing and doing that, they back in their lot. You know, when you have believers, you back in your lot. You know, here at the end. But I hope this was edifying to the hope for sheep and lamb. Kwam Yasharala and Thawada Yahab Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom. On to the next lesson.